Hi everybody, Emily here today, and I am going to be introducing and talking about the last couple of alters that didn't want to, or we don't want them to make videos. So we've got Felix, Autumn, Ashley, Evie, and Blossom to go through, and they, I know you've seen Felix in the past, but he's not that comfortable talking in front of people. He's a bit shy, so I'm gonna do his introduction for him, and yeah, let's just crack on. I'm still sorry that this Meet the Alters thing has gone on for so many weeks. It was supposed to be for a lot shorter, but life and things, and also I've had my hair cut, so I hope you like that. So without any further ado, let's crack on with Felix. Felix is male. He's about 20 years old, we think, although we're really not sure. He could be 20 all the way up to our age. We're not sure, but older than 20, around our age-ish. He is gay. He is in a relationship with Luke, who is my husband. And yeah, so he's quite shy. He's a little bit, just sort of shy around people, but he's very, very friendly and very sweet. He's very sensitive and kind to people, though he, again, mostly has only ever spent time around Luke. He's quite sort of motivated to do things, and he loves going for walks. He especially likes visiting new places and exploring new places. His sort of clothing style is, it used to be more punk, but now it's just sort of, he likes the dark colours. He likes sort of ripped black jeans, and he likes sort of chains occasionally. But he also is more happy with like dad jumpers as well. Basically he seems a bit more mature than the punk sort of side of things, I think. I'm not sure, it's difficult to explain, but comfortable, probably black, obviously a binder, and that's his sort of style. And he doesn't really do makeup at all, and he would try and hide our hair, usually in a hat. So Felix has black hair and I think green eyes, and he's just very lightly freckled, and he's quite pale skinned, and the way he imagines himself is obviously with a flat chest and to be fairly tall and sort of just like slightly toned, but again you can see his picture for that as well. Kind of music he likes is, he really likes Bring Me the Horizon, Paramore, things like that. So again, we can't really like niche people with music. But yeah, I think that's, most of the main things about him. He doesn't particularly have like his own hobby. He just likes going for walks and being outdoors with Luke, I suppose, is the most accurate. He's not out that often, but yeah, that's Felix. So, Autumn. Autumn, we think, is the oldest. We think she's about 40 years old, if not late 30s. She's very mature, and she's the most kind and generous alter we have. She doesn't spend much time out because she wants everybody else to be having that time for themselves. She wants everybody to be happy, and she will do everything she can to make others happy. She is quite particular about mess. She doesn't like things being untidy or out of place. So sometimes when she's out, she will just tidy. She can't sit still and sort of just settle and talk until things around her are a bit more in the right place. I thing she likes is just basically talking. She really likes just sitting and just talking about things. She also really likes going for walks, but she prefers going for walks with people and talking, mostly with Nick. She doesn't really talk to many other people besides Nick, so it's interesting that I have alters that usually only speak to one person, but Autumn's person is Nick. She's sort of a motherly figure to us in the system. She's there for me if I'm really struggling. She's there as sort of like a supportive, almost like a caregiver to some of the younger alters as well, but doesn't provide as much direct contact as say Ren does. But yeah, she really likes, I think it's 1920s style, 1940s style, something like that. She would love to be a really good like housewife. She likes the idea of being dressed nicely for when somebody comes home and then the house is tidy. She's sort of that romanticized sort of idea. She would like to be able to dress the way that she likes, but unfortunately that style of clothing is very expensive, so we don't have many clothes for her. But yeah, that's Autumn. She's the sweetest, kindest alter that we have, I believe anyway. She's very selfless, and I don't think she's ever said or done a mean thing ever. So yeah, I don't. She does. Music-wise, she quite likes classical music, but there are still some pop songs that she likes, because pop is a very broad genre. I couldn't think of any examples right now. So yeah, that's Autumn, and you'd see the drawing of her. She's got like brown eyes, and brown hair that she likes to have like curled in that 1940s, 20s style. So yeah, that kind of sums up Autumn as best as I can. Yeah, she's lovely. So I will crack on with the next one. So my next alter is one of the youngest, and the reason that she's not presenting herself is for two reasons actually. One, she doesn't talk, she's non-verbal. And two, we don't really want the youngest of our alters to do videos. I can't pinpoint an exact reason why, but it just feels slightly uncomfortable for us, and we would rather they didn't. Also, they don't really care that much about this. And yeah, I would rather they just play and do childish things and, you know, be themselves. So, Ashley. She is very young. I don't know exactly how old, but she thinks she's 4. She communicates as best as we can with what little sign language we know. So we're trying to learn for her. She will sometimes write in her book, but that makes her upset because she knows how to write because of us, but she feels like she's too young to write as well as she can, or to know as many words as she does and things. Also, she will sometimes use texts. She'll write out, type out things on a notepad. If she really is struggling to communicate with her hands, but usually she's not too bad. We're getting there with learning key things in sign language. I'd love to learn sign language properly and get taught, but again, costs quite a bit. But we're working on it, and it's something that we might do in future. She's out not as often as, say, Lucy and Pepper, but she's still out quite a lot. She loves going for walks, as everybody does in this section. There's even a walk locally that we go to that we've named Ashy's Walk, because she's often out there. She loves picking up the sort of clayish mud and that feels soft in her hands, and playing with that. She is absolutely obsessed with nature. She loves all animals, she loves mini beasts and bugs, but her favourite thing in the world is snails and slugs, mostly slugs. She absolutely adores slugs, so after it's been raining she will go outside and look around and find all the different slugs, and see little tiny ones and bigger ones, and look at the different types and all of that kind of stuff. She loves it, and it is absolutely adorable to see. She is so sweet and cute. She likes doing arts and crafts and stuff, so she likes drawing and colouring and painting, and Nick got her some pens that will like draw on rock, so she can like dot paint things and draw on rocks and stuff. So that's another hobby that she really likes doing. Yeah, she prefers doing sort of arts and craftsy stuff and going outside to, say, playing, I think. And she really wants to be able to communicate better, but she struggles, and that can make her a bit sad. So that's sort of her. She likes songs that are appropriate for her age. She likes very young kind of stuff. Yeah, just, you know, sometimes, you know, things like Monsters of Men, where it's not too like mature and stuff. She likes that sort of stuff as well. And her clothing style is whatever's comfortable. Whatever is comfortable. She prefers colour as well, but she doesn't think about it. As long as she can move around and be comfortable, she's happy. So that's Ashley, and she has, I think, like tawny blonde hair. She's got blue eyes, we think, but we're really not sure, because again, she doesn't think about what she looks like very often. But we know she's quite young, and so obviously small. So that is something dysphoria wise that she gets when she's out. She's like, I'm so tall, I can reach things that I don't feel like I should be able to, and that can upset her sometimes. Yeah, she's a delicate little bean, but we love her. So yeah, that's Ashley. So next is Evie. Evie is more recent to me, but she's the alter that I've accepted the quickest, because I'm learning to not just push away if there are new alters. If they show themselves and they're comfortable enough to show themselves to me, you know, I need to accept them, and that's kind of what I've done with Evie. She's also very, very young. We're not entirely sure her age yet, because she's not been with us that long, but she's a similar age to Ashley. She is quite sort of individual minded, so she prefers playing on her own. She loves stuffed toys, and arranging them and giving them like families. So she got all of my toys, because I do have quite a lot of toys, and she arranged them on the floor in families and friend groups, so she loved doing that. She likes playing with toys on her own, so she's more independent, and she prefers doing that to arts and crafts and things. She doesn't have too much of an interest in communicating with people. You know, she wants to show people what she's done, but usually she's more in her own world, and she doesn't talk very well. Again, I think she knows she can use all the words that I know, but she prefers and just does use very, very simple communication. She might say like one word to mean a lot of different things. So yeah, her conversations are not that. So that would be another reason why she shouldn't do a YouTube video. Yeah, she's lovely, but she is in her own sort of mind and world a lot more. She does care about other people, but she wants to play with her toys more. Don't really know all that much about her besides that, because she's quite sort of personal. She just wants to make her family groups of toys and play with them, and that's kind of mostly what we know about her. So that's kind of it, really. There's only one more person to talk about, and that is Blossom. Sorry about the light, guys. The sun's just come out and that's bleaching me out a bit, but we'll just crack on anyway. Yeah, Blossom, she's not a fully developed alter. She doesn't have sort of her own personal identity. She is sort of more of it's sort of like if nobody is fronting, if nobody is in control or in charge of the body, and we're sort of lying down, we could get really uncomfortable. So Blossom will move the body in a way that makes us comfortable again. She's sort of more of a functional alter, but not one that has their own thoughts and identity and feelings about things. Her main thing that she wants to do is just to make everybody else happy. So I think it's sort of that defense mechanism that if nobody is fronting, we have Blossom who will try and just people please so that nobody will notice or perhaps be concerned that nobody is fronting. She's not very good at, pretending to be me, but she will, like I say, move the body so we don't look like we've just passed out. So she might say something happened, she might walk us into the bathroom or something like that so that we can actually try and cope with what's going on. She's only really fronted or been around about 3 times. She's not a very common occurrence, and we sort of gave her a name that she was happy with. Well, actually Nick did when she fronted in front of him, and it was just so that he had a way of referring to her, because she wanted to just people please and make him happy, because she knew that we were not conscious to do so. She's very one-track minded, that she just wants the people around us to be okay, and also for us physically to be okay. Yeah, she doesn't really have much other thoughts besides that. She doesn't really think about what she looks like. We don't communicate with her in the system. She's just not really much of a person. She's more of a function. So that's why we sort of don't know whether or not to include her as an alter, but we do because she has fronted in the past and she has a function. She's here. So yeah, that is the system. That is everybody in the system. And thank you for being patient with us. The fact that it's taken this long. Again, sorry about the lighting being a bit odd. But yeah, so that has been everybody. Again, sorry it's been, so many weeks that it's taken for all of this to come together. But thanks for being patient. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And again, any comments and likes would be really, really appreciated. It really boosts us to want to, share with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little series. I really hope you've enjoyed meeting everybody. And I hope you have a really awesome day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!